Hey guys, welcome back. This is Bernard from the BTNHD, and yes, we are finally going to review the Lenovo Yoga A940 all-in-one PC. This machine is built for designers and editors in mind. I am super excited about this machine. I had a lot of fun reviewing it for you guys, so let's get down to our review. So the A940 is jam-packed with a lot of ports and features. If you are standing right in front of the A940, on your right-hand side, we have a Type-C port, which actually allows you to hook up an external monitor, which is a cool thing. Right next to that, we have one 3.1 USB port and an SD card reader and a combo audio jack, which actually allows you to hook up a headphone or a headphone with a mic system on it. And then last but not least, your power button. Still on your right-hand side on the monitor, we have one 2.0 USB port, and it's actually hidden with this nice little cover. The cover is magnetic, so boom. And that port is actually designed for the Lenovo DAO. On your right-hand side, not too many ports, but you do have a cool little button right here on the monitor, as well as a hidden 2.0 USB port. Again, that port is designed for the Lenovo DAO, and it also has a magnetic cover. A quick tip on this guy, if you don't want to lose it, you can always kind of attach it to the other one on the other side, and it will always be there. So that's a quick tip. Also, this button right here at the very bottom of the monitor on your right-hand side is really special because, believe it or not, underneath the monitor, there are LED lights. So if you press it, it kind of turns it on. That's like level 1, level 2, level 3, and then it turns it off. On the backhand side, you have more ports and features. You have 4 3.0 USB ports. You have an HDMI. Now the HDMI port is actually a special one because it's actually a HDMI out and in port. It's a combo. You also have your Ethernet port, your RJ45, and last but not least, you have your power button. Now next to the power button, you have a button, and that button allows you to use this machine as a standalone monitor, which is pretty cool. It's like a switch. If you press it once, it will go inside standalone mode. If you have something plugged into the HDMI port, like an Xbox or like an iPhone or something, you're able to display it using this machine as a monitor by itself. If you press the button again, it will go back inside PC mode. So that's a cool feature for the A940. On the base of the A940, you have a speaker system. Super loud. When I was testing out the loudness, I got up to 94, 95 decibels. That's pretty loud. One of the cool things about the A940 that I like about this speaker is it is Bluetooth enabled, meaning if you have the machine turned off, it's broadcasting itself. You are actually able to connect to the speakers and project like music on your iPhone using the A940 speaker. That's pretty cool. Again, the machine has to be turned off for it to work correctly. If it's turned off, you're not going to be able to use the Bluetooth. It is password protected. The default password is 1111. I do recommend changing that password to something else. The right side of the display, this little guy right here is the USB, which allows you to hook up that dongle. We're gonna put this guy back. And another feature of the A940 that I kind of enjoy, I didn't really use it a lot, is the charging base. The charging base is used for Android devices. Certain Android devices, I was lucky to have a user at my 9-to-5 job that actually had a Galaxy 10 and then placed their phone on top of the charging pad and it started charging. So that's a pretty cool thing if you are an Android user. All right, so let's stop talking. Let's turn on the A940. But before you do that, we need to turn on the mouse and the keyboard. Now, on the mouse itself, if you press down the little button right here to open up the lid, there is a USB transmitter. Just take that USB, plug it into the A940, and then you're going to turn it on by pressing this guy right here. This is the turn on. And this guy right here is your frequency. You're able to change the speed of the mouse. By default, it's 800. You are able to go up to 1600 or 3200. So it's already turned on. We're going to put it right here on the table. And for the keyboard, you have a full keyboard layout with the number pad on your right-hand side. The power button is actually located on your right-hand side at the very top. It is chargeable, but you need to plug in the micro USB to USB on the A940 to charge it up. So let's put this guy here. So the keyboard and the mouse is turned on. Let's power it on. Again, the power button is located right here on the... Now, one of the cool things about the A940, it does have an IR camera, which allows you to hook up your Windows Hello. Plus, it also has a think shutter for privacy. So I'm gonna slide it to your right to open it up. And we're gonna log in using my face. And there we go. So we actually logged in using my face. Pretty cool. The mouse is enabled. Keyboard is working. Awesome. Now the A940 has a beautiful 4K display, which is actually 27 inches. It is touchscreen, duh, right? Because it does have the pen to use it. And one of the cool things about this particular monitor is that you're able to adjust it. So I'm gonna move the keyboard and the mouse to the side and move this to the side as well. I'm able to adjust it all the way down, and then I'm able to like actually use the pen and do what I need to do. So let's put it back up to this position, and let's move the keyboard and the mouse. Now the brightness on the A940, let's go into settings, and this is the brightest, 100%. And let's see if we can get up to 50%. This is like 51. And this is all 0 right here. So this is the brightness. Let's go back to 100%. Now Lenovo is advertising that the A940 is 100% Adobe gamut for color. When I did a little bit of testing, it doesn't look like it's 100%. So that means you might have to do a little bit of color configuration on the monitor, basically create a color profile. That's for hardcore designers that really are into color and they need to have everything precise. Now, one of the cool things that makes the A940 an awesome all-in-one machine is basically the pen. I really enjoy using the pen, especially if you're doing Photoshop and a lot of editing with photos. This pen works extremely well. I didn't have any problems with it. It does have a quadruple battery. One single quadruple battery, so make sure that it is charged up or you got a new battery on it for it to work. Another cool little device that will make the all-in-one A940 even better is basically this guy right here, the dial, the Lenovo dial. Again, you can actually place it on your right or left-hand side. If you are a right-handed person, you put it on your left-hand side to kind of maneuver everything. So I'm actually gonna take the little magnet cover out. And again, a quick tip is just place it on the other side so you won't lose it. And we're gonna plug it into one of the 2.0 USB ports. Windows 10 is automatically gonna recognize it. It's gonna light up in different colors depending on what program you're using. If you're using like Photoshop, it would change to blue. If you're using Adobe Premiere, it would change to purple. Clear basically says that it is up and running, but it doesn't have a program that it's recognizable. Lenovo does provide you a small little application that allows you to configure it with kind of basic commands. And it's this guy right here. Really simple commands, really self-explanatory, allows it to zoom in, zoom out, change the brightness, scroll up, scroll down, unmute the audio and mute the audio and all that other good stuff. But depending on what application you're using, like Photoshop, InDesign, Illustrator, PowerPoint, Word, Excel, the LED will automatically change and those features will change for you for each application. Now the A940 is a powerhouse all-in-one machine. I was super satisfied with the specifications that Lenovo sent me. I had a lot of fun editing with Photoshop as well as rendering 4K video within Premiere without creating proxies. I did notice heavy noise at the back of the PC. But that's when I was using Media Encoder and I was rendering out 4K. But that was okay for that heavy noise because again, the machine is being used kind of heavy during that process of rendering out. But for performance, I enjoyed it. Now the specifications for this, if I right click on the taskbar, go to Task Manager, let's go to more details, expand this guy right here. Let's go to performance and I'm gonna right click on the CPU, change the graph to logical processor. This guy actually has 12 logical processors, 6 cores, 1 socket, and is running an Intel Core i7 8700 with a clock speed of 3.20 gigahertz. Super strong, super powerful. For memory, it only has 16 gigs, but from my understanding, the cap is 32 gigs of memory that you could get the A940 with. For hard drive space, we only have one hard drive, and it is a solid state drive, which is only 256 gigs. But I think you could go up to a terabyte or maybe 8 terabytes of solid state drive. For graphics, you got the basic standalone Ultra HD Graphics 630. That's gonna come with it because of the processor. But one of the cool things about the A940 is it comes with a Radeon RX 560X graphics card, which works extremely well when you're rendering stuff out within Premiere. I did have a lot of fun using this machine when I was gaming with my favorite game, League of Legends. I know that's not the best game to test out graphics, but hey, that's one of the games that I like to play a lot. All right, guys, so let's conclude our review on the Yoga A940 all-in-one PC. Pricing, if you want to know how much it's going to cost, if you go into the Lenovo site, they actually have it as temporarily unavailable. But if you do a little bit more search within Amazon or Newegg, you could get it between $25,000 to $4,000 depending on the specification. I know in Newegg you could actually get it with 8 terabytes solid state drive and like 32 gigs. That's like around $4,000, $4,500. It's extremely expensive for this machine, but you're gonna get a lot of stuff. Come on, you got the charging base, you got this nice little feature with the lighting, you got the HDMI out and in ports, which allows you to use this machine as a standalone monitor. That's pretty awesome. Bluetooth enabled speaker, just make sure that it is turned off. You got the pen, you got the monitor that kind of converts itself like a tablet, and you're able to draw. And then you have the Lenovo dial, which depending on what program you're using, you have like extra features like changing your brush and changing all your tools with this guy. I mean, it is a cool little device to have, but it's super expensive. Got to keep in mind that the A940 is built for designers and editors in mind. So if you have an editor or designer at your 9-to-5 job and they want a powerful machine, I would definitely look into the Yoga A940. Now, because I had a lot of time with it, I do see this machine being upgraded in the future. A couple of things that I would love to see on this machine. One, a fingerprint scanner. You know, maybe a fingerprint scanner on the base right here, or on the monitor, or on the side, somewhere. That'd be pretty cool. Number two, the keyboard. I do like the keyboard. It's pretty cool, but plugging in a micro USB and then plugging the USB into the machine to charge it up, it's okay. How about using the base right here, and like when you put the keyboard on the base, it automatically charges? That'd be so awesome. Second generation on the A940, a chargeable base. You could just place the keyboard in there and it starts charging up for you. Number 3 in my list I would love to see on the next generation on the A940 is the movement of the display. Now, don't get me wrong, this is awesome. This is the farthest that you could go, right? That's awesome, great. But I did find it kind of difficult using or looking at it on a standing table. I got to kind of really, raise up the standing table a little high because the monitor doesn't go back. I like to have the monitor a little back. It's just, this is the farthest that it could go back. That's it, right? So only 3 improvements that I would like to see. A fingerprint scanner somewhere, the base of where you put the keyboard, hey, make it chargeable. You can actually place the keyboard in there and it starts charging. Remove that cable. And then the movement of the display. Other than that, that'd be awesome. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review on Lenovo's Yoga A940. If you have any comments or concerns, leave them at the bottom. Do not forget about hitting that like button as well as subscribe, and I catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.